Hey, my fellow anglers and friends, your fishing buddy is back with another exciting forecast to get your lines wet and your reels screaming. Today, we're diving deep into the waters of Canada for a very special day, Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. And let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be absolutely outstanding. You see, autumn in Canada isn't just about beautiful colors, it's about big fish and even bigger bites. The fish are in full-on feeding mode, piling on the protein before the long winter nap. So, if you've been waiting for that perfect day, this just might be it. Stay tuned, because I'm going to give you all the inside scoop on where to go, what to use, and why this day is going to be epic. Now let's talk tactics for some of our favorite Canadian species. For October 2nd, the water temperatures are cooling, triggering aggressive feeding, and the fish are spread throughout the water column, making them accessible. First up, the mighty walleye dogtool. These beauties are absolute pros at taking advantage of the full feeding frenzy. On October 2nd, with the moon in a waxing gibbous phase, they'll be especially active from dusk into the night. Look for them in deeper waters, especially around rocky structures, steep drop-offs, and points where baitfish congregate. My go-to strategy would be vertical jigging with a 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce jig, tipped with a soft plastic minnow imitation, or slowly trolling deep diving crankbaits in shades of fire tiger or perch. Remember, walleye are sight feeders, and that waxing gibbous moon will give them plenty of light to hunt. Next, the aggressive northern pike. Fall is prime time for trophy pike, my friends. With the cooling water, they're beefing up for winter. You'll find them holding near what remaining fresh green vegetation there is, but also transition areas where deeper water meets shallow flats. They love to ambush unsuspecting baitfish. For tactics, I'd recommend casting large inline spinners, big swim baits, or spoons in silver, gold, or flashy perch patterns. Don't be afraid to go big with your lures. These fish are looking for a substantial meal. Work them slowly and erratically, mimicking an injured baitfish. Then we have the feisty smallmouth bass, or E. These bronze warriors are known for their strong fights, and in early October, they're super active. Look for smallmouth in rocky areas, around points, humps, and submerged timber, in cooler, clear waters. After the fall turnover begins, they often relate to deeper structures, so don't be afraid to fish depths of 15 to 30 feet. My little secret for smallies this time of year is a drop-shot rig with a small, natural-colored soft plastic, or a jig with a craw imitation worked slowly along the bottom. Also, jerkbaits can be incredibly effective when twitched over rocky outcrops. And for those who love a challenge, let's talk lake trout. As the fall turnover progresses, lake trout, which prefer colder water, will be more spread out and actively feeding throughout the water column, especially in deeper lakes. Initially, they might be higher in the water column, but as the water continues to cool and becomes isothermal, they'll follow baitfish wherever they go. Try trolling large spoons or stick baits in natural baitfish colors. If you're jigging, use heavy jigs or large, soft plastics near main lake points, deep humps, and offshore structures. Look for schools of baitfish on your sonar. The lakers won't be far behind. Now let's break down the conditions for Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. Weather. The air temperature across Canada on this day will be quite cool, ranging from a low of about 51 degrees Fahrenheit, that's about 11 degrees Celsius, to a high of 59 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 degrees Celsius. There's no precipitation expected, which is great news for comfort on the water. While I don't have exact wind speeds for every location, typical fall weather in Canada often brings light to moderate winds, sometimes from the north, as cold fronts move through. This cooling trend without heavy rain means stable conditions that keep the fish comfortable and actively feeding. A steady pressure or slight drop before a front can often trigger a good bite, so keep an eye on your local barometric pressure readings. Water temperature. This is key, my friends. Early October sees Canadian waters undergoing or nearing the completion of their fall turnover. This means the lake waters are mixing and the temperature is becoming more uniform from surface to bottom, often around 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, in deeper sections. This mixing brings oxygen-rich water to all depths, distributing baitfish and consequently their predators. While some trout species prefer slightly warmer water around 50 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, the general cooling trend in early October spurs all fish into a serious pre-winter feeding mode. This isothermal state means fish are less concentrated by thermoclines and can be found in a wider range of depths, making them more accessible. Moon phase. On October 2nd, 2025, we'll be under a beautiful waxing gibbous moon with approximately 75 to 80% illumination. This phase is fantastic for fishing. The increasing light encourages fish activity, especially around moonrise and moonset. For nocturnal feeders like walleye, the extra moonlight provides excellent visibility for hunting. Many anglers believe a waxing gibbous phase leads to increased fish activity, and from my experience, it often holds true. Overall fish activity. In early October, the biological activity of fish in Canada is at a peak. This is the pre-winter binge phase. Almost all species, from panfish to apex predators, are aggressively feeding to build up fat reserves for winter. Baitfish are schooling in huge numbers, providing an all-you-can-eat buffet for larger fish. Salmon and steelhead are actively migrating into tributaries for spawning. This means they are focused on food and will often strike at a variety of presentations. The slightly cooler water also means higher dissolved oxygen levels, keeping fish energetic and eager to chase down a meal. Considering all these factors, the cool, stable weather, the optimal water temperatures from turnover, the advantageous waxing gibbous moon, and the peak pre-winter feeding frenzy, my friends, I'm giving the bite for October 2nd, 2025 an excellent rating. You're looking at prime conditions for active, aggressive fish across Canada. The combination of cooling water and abundant bait will make them eager to strike. So there you have it, folks. Thursday, October 2nd, 2025 is calling your name. Get out there, enjoy the beautiful Canadian autumn, and make some memories. Wishing you all tight lines and ni chvosta, ni cheshwi, may you have neither tail nor scale. For good luck. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful, subscribe for more tips and tricks, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to fall lures in Canada? And what's the biggest fish you've ever caught in October? Share your stories. And let's build this amazing community together. See you on the water.